Hello, and welcome to the letter M of the alphabet, and the letter M stands for...
Malolactic fermentation or malolactic conversion.
Or Muppet. But M also in this case stands for Marlborough, because we are in New Zealand and going for perhaps not the classic choice when you think about malolactic fermentation. We would have probably said, I'd have thought you were going to pick a Chardonnay.
Ah, I see, but that would be boring. So we have gone to St Clair, so they're in the Wairau, which is a sub-region of Marlborough, so we're on the north of the South Island in New Zealand, which is really famous for its Sauvignon Blanc, and this is their Sauvignon Blanc, but probably not Sauvignon Blanc as we generally expect a New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc to be. So this is their Barriques 2021 vintage. So they do all kind of cool winemaking techniques with it, because usually very across the top here, New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc is usually stainless steel, machine harvested, bright, fresh, zippy, loads of gooseberry, loads of passion fruit, that kind of thing. This one has a little bit of lees aging, so they put it on the lees. They then have it in some oak barrels, hence the name Barrique, and then it goes through what is called spontaneous malolactic fermentation.
So malolactic fermentation is a very long, complicated sounding thing. One of the natural acids that comes out of the grapes is one called malic acid, and that often tastes of, it's been described as tasting crisp apples, and it's a very sort of zesty. Some people want to have that in their wine, other people want to make it a bit smoother. That in this wine is carried out by a bacteria called Enococcus eni, which means the little round berry thing that exists in wine. So that was how the early scientists described it, as a little translation of the word. And what it does is it eats up the malic acid and it spits out lactic acid, which obviously is much more associated with creamy, buttery
milk and
those kind of things. Some winemakers want it, some winemakers don't. What do it do to this one? Because it's not as prominent on the nose as you might find.
It's absolutely not. And I think from what we've just discussed, that real kind of crisp, zippy, green Granny Smith apple kind of thing takes a bit of a back seat there. And we do have more of that richness, that textural, that creaminess, which we're getting from the lactic acids.
It's funny, we always associate lactic acid with something like a Chardonnay, but actually pretty much the most common place that we find it is virtually all red wines will go through malolactic fermentation or conversion, and it's just a really important part of creating that red wine character.
It's complex, it's got tropical fruits, it's got some fresh fruits, but these guys across the board, St Clair makes some brilliant wines. Check them out, you know, they've got the classic Sauvignons, they've got some Rieslings that are brilliant, they've got all sorts of great wines, so a really, really great winery across the board, and I just think this is stand out for a different style. That was M for malolactic conversion.
Cheers.
Cheers.